All right, so today we're gonna be taking off the case. This is our second part. So first thing we're gonna do is take this nut off. Here it is, boom. So you don't really want, you want to be careful when taking this off because you don't want to damage the splines. And also you don't want to like open this gap so far that you can't even put the bolt back on. All right. Now we got our GIS screws. Hopefully they actually pop off without... Nope, that's not gonna come off. Hold on. We need our handy dandy. There you go, one. Can you see that? All right, cool. Got that one. All right. Old difficult here. No way in hell. Oh, kind of got it. It moved for a second. Wow. All right, we're on something. We're on to something. Got it. Wow. Can't believe that. All right. Got the bolt off. Look at that. Jeez. All right, get yourself one of these impact screwdrivers. Look at that. Those bolts were not going to come off no matter what. And then you risk damaging you risk damaging stripping them like that one. I can't believe I got it out. Get a lottery ticket. Oh yeah. See if these come out. The transmission or like pulley shaft thing is stuck on this like, watch, you'll see. Oh yeah, you can see right here. I'll bring you in closer in a second. Before I remove it. See how the transmission is right here, like that. It pulls in and out to change gears. And there's like this little latch thing. You just gotta take that latch off. Wow. Someone hasn't been here in a long time. So now, look how good the magneto looks. Ooh. So much compression. I wonder, but let's not risk losing any screws that I took off right now. All right, wait, let's not get distracted. We want to put our chain on. And we can do that by change gears. There we go. So it's in neutral. Oh, everything looks good here. We won't know if that seal's blown till later. Wow, this is awesome. We don't know if that counter shaft, or lay shaft as some people call it, is blown. There it is. Perfect. All right. So now we got to put the chain back on this side. Okay. Give it some more slack. There you go. Some more slack. It's back. All right, so what the old timers say is that if it's not slapping your chain guard, then you risk blowing that seal that's on the counter shaft behind there. And he's right, because I've done it. I changed one, and I ended up blowing it out because the chain was too tight. All right, so now I'm just gonna pull the wheel and get this tightened up. All right, so on my thing, it has this little lines. I think I was at 3, 1, 2, 3, somewhere around here. So I'm gonna leave it. There's a nice slack on it. As you know, the chain expands the faster you go. So we'll just keep it like that for now. Hopefully that's good. And we have these little screw things that we can tighten. Let's get this little another little both sides. Kind of want to look straight onto here. I'll take you on this trip with me. Both sides are loose. You know, like the thing here. So we want to see if the tire's hitting in this area here, see? And I think it's okay. Yeah, this side I'm at 3 as well. So that's good. Chain feels good. I guess we can put this back now. A little screw. And as you know, like, these things need to be here because when you're riding, this, no matter how tight you put it, will just come off. So we have to take that into consideration, that these things are going to be helping you keep the same tightness on your chain. So, all right, so next up, I guess I shouldn't have put the chain on yet, but I'm gonna look behind here because I want to take off the pump, or at least connect the one that I have. Put that there. Oh, it's missing a screw down there. Yeah, but silly me, I should have just waited. Or I did wait to put the chain on, but we don't really have to do this, but I want to. Oh yeah, so there's no pumpage here, but we got the pin that I want to take out for the throttle. Let's connect. It's like a double thing. Here's the one I want to put on. My bent screwdriver. That's the perfect thing. Almost. Let's break everything else. Got it. Oh, you know what? It's on the shaft, so you don't want to do too much. Maybe we got it, kinda. Okay, that should be good enough. would hope so. Yep. Sweet. And we can say that for a different one. So let's see, let's bring it in here. So it goes on this little lever thing. So now we're gonna get mine, which is here. That connects to the carburetor. Oh yeah, so this guy goes in through here. So, yeah. So, oh, you can't even see it. So, I don't know if you can see it, but right here is like a little indentation that your cable sits into. Make sure that's nice and in there. This. It's gonna be tough with one hand. Let you guys get a good see to here. Okay, bear with me. It's kind of tough. It's almost like a slide or like a butterfly carburetor you see on Keehings, like similar to that. This is Mikuni as well. Mikuni pump. Damn, this is hard. Okay, that's seated in there. I don't want to get on the floor. Okay, let's actually do that. Put this on first. There. Okay, that's smarter. Work smarter, not harder. Some old timers is yelling at me right now. Sorry, dude. All right. That's pretty much in there. I'm not even gonna use this, but whatever. I could. But I'm just gonna put 2-stroke oil in the gas. Old timer said that that would make it last forever instead of the setup that we have. And I'm gonna listen to that guy. Okay, that's basically in there. Try the throttle. That barely works. Can you see that? You know what? Actually, let's fold this in. Let's just destroy my finger in the process. Pliers. Stat. There we go. Let's just squish it. Squish that son of a bitch. Did anything. All right, cool. Okay. Success. Wow. Wow. Science. Not just kidding. Anyway, so there's this little banjo fitting. One banjo goes all the way out. So there's a little hose here. There's a hose right there behind here. You can barely see it. See, it goes there to here. Comes out. and it's like in between the carburetor here, and it goes up to another banjo that feeds into the intake, and then it goes into this little journal. There's a little journal. I know that because I took it apart, and it oils the bearing inside. Cool. But you could achieve this just by doing the gasoline thing. So you missed it. I installed this Mikuni carburetor, knockoff Mikuni carburetor from China. It's worked on all the other engines I have, so that's fantastic. So now that we know that this thing works, we're gonna put it back together. So instead of cleaning this, we're just gonna slide this back on. And also, I got the rings and piston for the other one. I have them here. I can show you later. Put this in completely upside down. Sure, I did. It goes like this. It's disgusting. I should have cleaned it off, but nah, who cares? Okay. Okay, this thing is perfect. Let's get the screwdriver on. Strip this. You'll regret your decision. Look at that. And then this thing is nice and in there. I don't have an oil thing, so it doesn't matter. And then another screw. Oops. So like I said, we're missing a screw bottom, so that doesn't matter. Oops. In the chain, you don't want that. Sorry, you guys are a little too close. You guys so close. What? You little bastard. Well, for one thing, maybe put it in straight. That should help, right? All right. So we got ourselves a working carburetor and oil pump. Fantastic. Working slide. All right, cool. So what I don't have is a way to stop the bike. Let's put this stuff back on real quick. How am I gonna turn off the bike? It doesn't redline itself. How am I gonna do that? All right, let's put the cover back on. Oh, like this. Okay, that goes there. I don't know if you can see the pin here. Slides right back in there. Fantastic. Long screw goes up here because it's the longest. What the fuck did that guy do, man? The last guy stripped apart. I mean, it's easy to strip these if you don't know that you need this Japanese industrial standard one. Can't believe we got it off. So that's in there. Fantastic. This one's good. This a little bit again. So luckily there's no oil going to this area here, so it's a good thing. Okay, that's nice and on there. But I think actually this bottom one does go to the other side of the crankcase so it could leak. But typically, I think it's just your oil seal behind the counter shaft or lay shaft. And then we'll just put this back in there like we never saw it. Yep, put that in there like it never existed. Just a little bit. Nice. Okay. And that's on there. Perfect. Close this guy up. Pretend we never saw anything wrong. Get that started. This guy started. Be careful with these, you don't have to go able to tighten them. Oops. You want the next guy to be able to see what's under there. Alright. So there isn't any video on doing this, so I'm glad I made it. And then... Alright, so we actually hit a snag. I don't know how I'm going to be able to turn the bike off once I get it turned on. Which is not a good thing. So I got to figure out how I'm going to turn it off. I have this wiring harness here that I was trying to put together to see if it would work. I know it works because I connected it to a battery and I have the original keys and it works. But this guy, I have no way of turning him off. So I need to figure something out. So, but, you know, I want to hear it bark off again, so that's what we're going to do. Oh, that was scary. Holy shit. We got a runner. Sheesh. Alright, that was super dangerous. Let's go get ourselves a kill switch. But wow, that was awesome. Controlled the carburetor air thing with it. So, whew, all in all, that was good. Like and subscribe. Gotta find a kill switch and then we can ride this guy. Thanks.